What's up, everybody? My name is Kason and welcome back to another Pokemon Draft League video. I'm your coach of the Oregon Golducks, and today is the semifinals for the PUDL Master Ball Division. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be honest, guys. When I joined this league after week 3, the team had a 1-2 record, and I told myself if I win more games than I lose, whether or not I make the playoffs, I would be happy with the result. And obviously from the regular season, we got 3 wins, 2 losses, put our team at a 4-4 record, and it was enough to get in the playoffs with 10 teams making it. We obviously had the 7th seed, which means we didn't get a bye. But honestly, 2 weeks later, after having won 2 playoff matches, I honestly feel like I've been playing better lately than I did in the regular season, kind of almost hitting my stride at the right time. And honestly, now, even though I said I would be happy with just winning more than I've lost, now that I'm in the top 4, I really want to win so badly. I want to make the finals. I want to try and win the whole entire thing. I know that is going to be a long shot, but I'm going to try my damnedest to do it. This week, though, we are facing off against Brett in the Riverside Otters, and if you saw my most recent Pokemon video, it was a late upload for the Week 8 video, and that was when we faced off against this guy right here, and I think I said it in that video, Brett has got to be the best battler that I have faced all season long. He's a tremendous player, and honestly, his team is really scary. In order to win this week, we are going to have to cook up some stuff and hope it goes well. I'm really excited to get into the matchup, though. As always, my team on the left, his team on the right. These are the Pokemon that we are looking at, and let's take a look to see what he could potentially bring out that's a problem. First of all, the first matchup we had against him, he brought an Intimidate Overquill, which is a huge problem for my Ceruledge, and it pretty much hard-walled it last time. He brought Choice Scarf Rotom Frost with Terra Electric, which was a very big problem as well, as it was faster than my entire team, except for Golduck when he was in the rain. I expect him to do something similar again this time. The rest of the team, though, is interesting. The 6 mons that he brought were Dragapult, Rotom Frost, Overquill, Swampert, Enamorus, and Conkeldurr. If I'm being honest, I think most of those Pokemon are going to show up again. I don't think Chinchino is going to come. I think there's a small chance. The reason I don't think Chinchino is going to come is because our Chaladon is really good into that thing. Chinchino mainly thrives off of multi-hit attacks. And the thing about those is that our Chaladon's ability, Stamina, gives it a defense boost for every single time it gets hit. So if it goes for something and hits 3 times, that's a +3 defense boost. It gets a defense boost before each hit happens, so honestly, you mitigate the damage really well. So Chinchino, I think, has like a 10% chance of coming along, but I don't think it's likely. The Pokemon that didn't come last time that I think, if he is going to make a change, is probably the Jirachi. I could see there being a pretty much coin flips chance that this guy makes it in. I was actually surprised he didn't bring Jirachi last time, just because I think it's a really good mon. It's got 600 base stats, which is really terrific. It's a legendary Pokemon. And with the typing and overall moves that it gets, it can do some really fancy things to my team. I think it's very unlikely Volcarona comes just because I put in so much rain threat last time. And the last Pokemon on his team that did not show up that has a possibility is Serena. With it being a grass-type Pokemon, it is possible that he could bring it. However, he's only brought her 1 time all season. So realistically, I think Overquill is probably a guarantee. I think Dragapult is a guarantee, and I think Rotom Frost is a guarantee. Aside from that, I think any of the 3 that already came last time could potentially be swapped out for Jirachi, but I also think it is easily plausible that he brings the exact same 6 mons. So in order to prepare for a team that I think is probably going to be quite similar to what he brought last time, I am starting off with Iron Crown, aka Miraxis. Now this is a Pokemon I didn't even bring last time, but after further looking at it, I think this thing can go absolutely nuts into his team. I've only brought Iron Crown 1 time, and honestly, in that match, he was set up extremely well to carry. I just brought the wrong moveset. Well, this time I am guaranteeing to bring the correct moveset, and it should work out better for me this time. With the EV spread, we've got 28 into HP for just a tiny bit of staying power, 252 into special attack to basically juice this thing's attack stat up as high as we possibly can, and 228 into speed with a timid nature. Now, essentially what this is going to do, we want to make this basically fast enough that after we use our move Agility, which doubles our speed, we will be faster than a Choice Scarf Dragapult, which is insanely fast. He did not bring Choice Scarf Dragapult last time. However, the more I thought about it, the more I think that it is possible he does bring that this week, for the simple fact that it is the only thing that can get ahead of our Swift Swim Golduck. Golduck in the rain goes so ridiculously fast, it's even faster than Dragapult. Well, the way that he could counter that is either doing a Swift Swim Overquill instead of Intimidate, because they would be the same speed stat, or Choice Scarfing Dragapult. So I think it's very likely he does one of those two things this week, and with this speed boost, if we hit Agility, we will be faster than that thing, which is massive. Alongside the fact that we are running the item weakness policy on it this week. This is something we've ran before on Ceruledge and other weeks, but we have not run it on Iron Crown yet. And the reason for this item, I think it could be really, really nice this week, is that I know Brett likes to run the move Knockoff on multiple Pokemon. He likes it on Swampert, he likes it on the Conkeldurr, and he also has multiple Pokemon who are just basically super effective into the Iron Crown. For example, the Overquill with Crunch. If we can live any of those attacks, weakness policy will double our special attack stat. If we are also hitting an agility, this game is over and done with. If we have a double speed, double special attack Iron Crown, especially on psychic terrain, we are going to go absolutely crazy. And speaking of psychic terrain, we have numero 80, the Indeedee, and that is what numero is coming here to do this week. We are giving it the item terrain extender, which means psychic terrain will last 8 turns when this thing comes out on the field. So ultimately, this is a match made in heaven with Miraxis. 236 in HP, 252 into defense, and 20 into special defense. I'd be lying to you if I told you exactly why I put 236 in HP. I think I had a reason for this, but I don't remember off the top of my head. In terms of the nature, I think this was something I meant to change and never actually did. However, the one thing that I did like about it is that it was intended to make this thing as slow as possible. So it does have a minus speed nature, which is really important. Again, just like last time, we made this thing intentionally slow so that if we basically switch out, we're hoping to switch out after the opposing Pokemon already attacks. For the moves this week, we are running Psyshock because it can hit his Conkeldurr quite hard. I'm very specifically running Psyshock instead of Psykick because Psyshock, even though it is a special attack, targets the opposing Pokemon's defense stat instead of special defense stat. Last time he ran Assault Vest on Conkeldurr. I don't know if he will do that again, but if he does, Psyshock would hit it harder than Psychic would. And alongside this, we have Healing Wish, so that if I'm in a spot, I need to heal back one of my Pokemon who is either low on health or maybe statused with either a Will-O-Wisp or a Thunder Wave, I can do that. We have Reflect as well, and this is probably the most important move that we have on Indeedee this week, and that is because of our Miraxis having the weakness policy item. So again, weakness policy doesn't save you from dying to a special super effective attack. However, if you do live it and you get hit by super effective attack, your stats go through the roof. Reflect is here because it boosts, or rather mitigates, how much physical damage we take from the enemy team. If we set up a Reflect, now Iron Crown is in a position where he can live any physical super effective hit from the enemy team, even a Guts boosted Conkeldurr, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So that is why we are bringing this week. It helps guarantee that we get that weakness policy on the Iron Crown up and running. And last but not least, I don't know if I'll actually end up clicking this, but we're bringing Skill Swap this week. What this does is it swaps our ability with an enemy Pokemon's ability. Now, once we hit the field and put Psychic Terrain up on the field, it's really not important that that's our ability anymore because the terrain is there. That's all we really are setting. However, there are some Pokemon on the other team that we really would like to get rid of the ability they may have. For example, Dragapult can have Infiltrator, which can basically get through our screens. If we can switch abilities with him and get rid of that on him, that would be great. Conkeldurr on the other side gets the ability Guts, which normally when you have the burned status effect, your physical attack is reduced. Guts makes it so that you do even more damage. If we can swap that ability from the Conkeldurr, who could potentially run the item Flame Orb to burn himself, if we're able to switch that ability, now that Conkeldurr is doing way less damage than he normally would do. Again, I probably won't click this button here, but it is spicy, and if I do get to, it'll be really fun. However, we are also bringing some Smarty the Pelipper as our third Pokemon. Now, ultimately, Iron Crown is my hope to win this game. He is my #1 win condition. The one thing that can basically prevent Iron Crown from sweeping and winning this game is the Jirachi on the other team, who did not show up last time, which is why I'm bringing the Iron Crown, because again, if he doesn't bring it this time again, Iron Crown goes absolutely nuts. However, if he does bring the Jirachi, I need to have some other options in order to get through that. Now, first is Rain, and we are bringing the Smarty for this. 252 in HP, 100 into the defense with, I believe that is a bold nature. It might be different, but it's positive defense and minus speed. We're making it as slow as possible, just like last time, so that hopefully If he does not make his Swampert min speed, we will pivot out with U-turn after he goes for flip turn. We have 156 into special attack. I don't remember exactly who, but this investment is so that we two-shot with Weather Ball. I don't remember which Pokemon I prepped this for, but that is why we put that investment in there. The item is Damp Rock. This makes it so that when we come into the field, the rain lasts 8 turns instead of 5, very similarly to the terrain extender that we have on Indeedee. Now, some Smarty is rocking Weather Ball as its main damage option. This is basically always going to be better than Surf, because if we have some Smarty on the field, Rain is going to be up, which means it is a water attack, it's 100 base power instead of 90, it's a guaranteed hit, it's terrific. Now, last time we ended up running Hurricane as well, but realistically, there's almost no Pokemon on his team that Hurricane is going to do or is going to just be straight better than Weather Ball. Weather Ball is just better coverage because he has only 2 Pokemon who resist water. And ultimately, I didn't know if I really needed to have 2 main attacking moves. I wanted to have 3 utility options alongside it. So I have Knockoff here in order to get rid of an item for one of the Pokemon on the opposing team. I have Roost because it basically heals 50% of my HP. This is also very specific because of the EV spread I have with 100 defense and 252 HP. I am set up that in a situation I'm going up against the Overquill, I am very likely to get 3-hit KO'd by Crunch, but if we roost for more than how much the Crunch does. So we basically can permanently stall Overquill on the other side and make it a situation where he either has to switch out or we can heal our Some Smarty all the way up to full before switching out with our last move, U-turn. So ultimately, I think it's going to be a really nice Pokemon here, really nice and bulky, and obviously setting up the rain for our other options, such as MRDC, our Chaladon. Now, for some reason, my brain was not firing on all cylinders when I played Brett last time, and I didn't bring Electro Shot even though I brought Rain. If you saw my battle last week against Kaz the Weeb in the quarterfinals, shout out to Kaz, but Electro Shot is so ridiculously good in Rain. I don't know why I haven't been utilizing this a whole lot during the season. Honestly, I think it's just because I like to run spicy sets and not the traditional stuff. But it's the playoffs and I'm ready to win, so I'm running this shit this week. We've got 100 EVs into HP. We've got 204 into special attack and 204 into speed, with a timid nature making us fast. So looking at the EV spread, this seems like a really simple spread. However, it's actually not quite as simple as you think. The reason for these numbers are very, very specific. Now, we have a 282 speed stat. The reason for this is because of the item we are running, which is Salic Berry. Now, what Salic Berry does is when you are below 25% of your max HP, your speed stat goes up 1 stage, which means it adds an extra 50% of your speed. Now, doing some quick math here, 282 plus 141 puts us at 423. This makes us fast enough to outspeed Dragapult after that speed boost. So even though Dragapult normally can outspeed this thing and hit us really hard with maybe either Shadow Ball, Dragon Darts, Draco Meteor, something like that, not so fast. If we get the Salic Berry off, we're actually going to be faster than that thing, which is awesome. And in order to guarantee that we can get that Salic Berry off, we're actually running the move Endure this week, which means if we are stuck in a weird spot where maybe we have 30, 40% HP and we don't think we're going to live another hit, I can click Endure, take that hit, we will be sitting at 1 HP, the Salic Berry will proc, and now all of a sudden we're going to be outspeeding basically everything on his team. With the Electro Shot and Draco Meteor, it's really good coverage into his team. There are very, very little mons on his side that can tank those up well. And we have Stealth Rock to set up hazards, as I do think hazards are good into his team in general. I don't know how many times I'm going to get an opportunity to actually click Stealth Rock, but I know Brett likes to switch in and out with his Pokemon a whole awful lot. The 204 special attack stat, I don't remember which Pokemon it is, but it is set up so that 2 Electro Shots will guaranteed KO it. It is just enough investment to 2-hit KO. Off the top of my head, again, I don't remember which Pokemon it is, but I know I have a very specific spread for this reason. But alongside MRDC, we need another Rain Abuser this week. Now, last time we had 2 Rain Abusers in Golduck and Greninja. Our Chaladon is going to be one of ours this week, but Golduck is coming along again. Now, the only time I've ever used this guy was against Brett in week 8, and obviously we lost that match. But Golduck was not the reason for that. The reason we lost is because I stupidly let my Pelipper die. I'm not going to make that same mistake again this week. I'm going to make sure to save that Pelipper so that Golduck can go crazy, because he is rocking the Choice Specs item this time. Now, again, what Choice items do is they boost a certain stat by a ton, but it locks you into the first move you use. Now, this is going to look weird because we have 3 water moves and 1 ice move here. We have Hydro Pump, we have Surf, Flip Turn, and Blizzard. Now, talking about the moves that I want to click a lot first, we have Surf. 90% of the time, this is the move I'm going to use when I have Surf Taco out here. Surf is a guaranteed hit. It's 90% or 90 base damage compared to the 110 of Hydro Pump, so it's not that much weaker, but when you have a 100% accuracy instead of 80, ultimately, that is mostly the move I'm going to click. With Terra Water in the rain and the item choice specs, this is going to nuke the shit out of almost his entire team. It one-shots more than half of the mons on his team, so that is how scary it is, especially considering the fact that it has Swift Swim and will be faster than basically everything on the other side. Now, as much as I don't want to have to do this, I am running a timid nature, which means boosting speed rather than special attack, and I'm running it as fast as I possibly can. Now, very rarely are you going to see me run 252 EVs, which is the max, into a specific stat, but this is just in case that he brings Overquill with the Swift Swim ability instead of Intimidate. Again, last time he brought Intimidate, I expect him to do that again in order to check some of my physically hitting mons, but if he does bring Swift Swim Overquill, Overquill happens to have the exact same base speed stat as Golduck, which means if I don't put 252 into this, and he runs the Swift Swim Overquill with max speed, that thing will outspeed me. I need to at least match it so that there's a 50-50 chance of who goes first with that speed tie. I do have the max investment into special attack other than the nature though, and with the choice specs item, this thing is going to hit insanely hard. Now, the move Blizzard is here as the only water move, and this is here specifically for Dragapult. Now, even though I'm probably not going to lock myself into Blizzard, maybe it's the end of the game and the only two Pokemon left are Dragapult and Golduck, and I need to one-shot it, I'm going to click Blizzard in that case. The fact with choice specs is normally you're going to have one item you want to lock into, and that's going to be Surf, but for those tiny 2%, 3% situations, it's trying to find what moves you could actually use that can be useful there. So Flip Turn is there for pivot. Hydro Pump is if Surf is not enough damage to one-shot, I need Hydro Pump. And Blizzard is there because it one-shots the Dragapult. But again, with only 70% accuracy, I don't want to have to click that, but it is here just in case. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I woke up this morning and the 5 mons that you've seen on your screen already were already locked and loaded. I had the sets, I had the spreads, I had the moves, everything down. For the life of me, I could not figure out what 6 mon I wanted to do. And I woke up this morning and ultimately I decided who my designated lead would be. And it's the same mon I led with last time. It is Turambar, our Ceruledge. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, dude, he did not work at all as a lead last time. Why would you bring this thing again? And I'm saying exactly. I'm going to lead him into a false sense of security, and I think this thing can actually go crazy as a lead if the right situation occurs. You're going to see my EV spreads. I think this is the first time ever that I've put something in 5 different stats, but all of these stats are very specific for good reasons. This is honestly the EV spread I'm probably most proud of anyone that I've done all season long. So I'm really ready to talk about this set right here. First of all, with the EVs, I have 20 into speed. This puts us at a 211 base speed stat. We're running the weak armor ability, which means if we get hit by a physical attack, our speed will double. Again, you might recognize this number, but 422, it's going to be just fast enough to outspeed max speed Dragapult. Obviously, if he is running Choice Scarf Dragapult, I'm not going to outspeed that unless I get hit twice with weak armor and get basically a 3x speed boost, then I would outspeed a Choice Scarf Dragapult. With the special defense stat, we have 104, 252 into HP, and 76 into defense with that impish nature, which gives us even more bulk. We have very little investment into attack. It's only 56, and that's basically just what's left over because all of these defensive investments are very specific and here for a reason. This essentially makes it so that if we are behind a Reflect, which we already said Indeedee can set up, we are going to live any super effective physical attack from his team, which means not only will our weak armor proc, but our weakness policy will proc. We'll get a +2 speed boost, +2 attack boost, and this thing will be ready to go crazy. Now, it is my hope that if he brings a very similar team to what he brought last time, he will lead the Rotom again. The 104 special defense investment, along with 252 HP, makes it so that we are guaranteed to live 2 Shadow Balls from the Rotom. So if he decides not to go with Volt Switch and wants to hit us just a little harder and go for Shadow Ball, we're going to live 2 of them, and we get the weakness policy proc. So My hope is that he leads Rotom. If he does, on turn 1, I'm going to click Reflect, which mitigates physical damage. Even though Rotom is special damage, not physical, it's not going to matter. If he goes for Shadow Ball, we can live 2 of them. If he goes for Volt Switch, he's going to switch out very likely into Overquill. And if that is what's going to happen, then we have the Reflect up before the Overquill is going to hit us. If Overquill goes for a Crunch and hits us super effectively, again, we live that even after a Shadow Ball or Volt Switch once we have the Reflect up. So we have 2 different mons with Reflect this week, 2 different mons with Weakness Policy. I am really banking on the fact that he is going to hit somebody with a Dark Attack, as both of these Pokemon are weak to super effective Dark Attacks. Like I said, I know he loves to run the move Knockoff, and I'm really banking on that. I'm hoping that if he sees this team right here, I only switched 1 Pokemon from last time. I switched out the Greninja for the Iron Crown. He's very likely going to think that I'm going to lead the Ceruledge again, and I'm hoping that he banks on that because I should be able to just kind of set up in front of him even though he thinks he has the upper hand. I have Swords Dance to boost my own attack 2 stages. Bitter Blade is here because it hits most of his team really hard, and Poltergeist is here to hit the mons that it doesn't hit hard. So ultimately, guys, with everything on the line heading into the semifinals, this is the team I'm bringing. I know it's going to seem crazy on the line. I'm not bringing the Glastrier, who's been the playoffs MVP. Ram 9, he's been a stud for me. I'm not bringing Ogerpon, who's been a good lead for me up to this point. And I'm not bringing Greninja, who I think I've brought every single week up to this point. But honestly, I feel good about the team. The first 5 mons I brought, I felt really confident in. It was just trying to figure out what lead I was going to bring, and honestly, I think this is it. Even though I didn't bring Turnbar last week, he was my regular season MVP, and if I'm going to go down, I would rather have it be that I bring the Ceruledge. So honestly, guys, it's been so much fun this season. If we do lose, just know that I appreciate everybody who has supported me up to this point, and if we do win, we're going to have 1 more battle left. So it is my hope to put on a good show, guys, but I know it's going to be a tough one. But without further ado, let's head into the battle. All right, guys, we are about to load in right now to go up against Brett in the Riverside Otters. Best of luck to Brett. Awesome person, amazing player. But I'm hoping to get revenge this week and claim a spot in the finals. We're going to give it our best shot. But here we go. So we've got Woobus on the other side. We've got Brett on the other side. So he brought the Jirachi this time, which I hate. I hate seeing that because Jirachi is the one thing that stands in the way from Araxis just going absolutely crazy. But everything else is the same mons. Whether or not they're the same sets or abilities is another question, but for the most part, I think he's probably going to play it similarly to what he did last time. So I need to find out a couple of things. I'm going to lead Turnbar here no matter what, because it's my designated lead. But I need to find out... I need to find out if Rotom is Choice Scarfed. I need to find out if Conkeldurr is Guts or Iron Fist, and then whether Overquill is Intimidate or Swift Swim. Honestly, the most important things are there any Scarf users, and whether or not Swift Swim or Intimidate for Overquill. But I'm leading Turnbar here. I'm praying that he leads Rotom again. I feel like he's going to do it again. I mean, the logic as to why he did it last time makes perfect sense. Unless he's not running Choice Scarf. If he's not running Choice Scarf again, he might not lead it. He goes Pincushion. Okay, so this is, I think this is okay. So I wanted, show me the Intimidate. Okay, it is Intimidate. I think this is fine. Okay, so my original plan, I think I'm going to Swords Dance here. My original plan was against Rotom if he showed up first, but he brings the Overquill first. Here's the thing, if he's like Choice Banded or he's Max Attack Adamant, there's a tiny chance we don't live this, but I don't think he would be, because I think if he was full offense, he would be Swift Swim. The fact that he's Intimidate makes me think he is probably a bulky version. This thing has 85 base speed. We only have 20 speed investment, so he's probably faster. I don't think I can get away with a Reflect. I think I have to Swords Dance here, because I have to Swords Dance here because I'm probably only get 1 turn instead of 2. Oh, we are faster. Okay, so what does he go for? He goes for Toxic Spikes. Wow. So he expected me to switch, which honestly, I think that's what he did last time too. This is really good. We're +1. Now I click Reflect. We're faster. Unless it was a speed tie, which I don't think it would be. I don't think he would put 20 random EVs into speed. I think I click Reflect here because now that we Swords Dance to +1, there's no way he's going to just Toxic Spikes again. He's going to crunch us this time. Oh, man, dude. I think we're set up really well if I Reflect here. I don't think there's any other play. We Reflect. Show me the crunch. Show me the crunch and no crits. As long as there's no crits, we're golden here. Please no crit. Let's go, dude. We soaked that up. That's only 100, which tells me he is not max attack. Weak arm is going to proc. Weakness policy is going to go off. We're double speed plus 3 attack. Dude, this is... Oh my god. This is the perfect setup. We are golden at this moment. I'm going to click Bitterblade now. Yeah, I'm going to click Bitterblade here. This should be a 2-hit KO. That's the thing. This thing is bulky. It's going to die in 2 hits, but we're going to heal the full here. And I don't care if he hits me again. Honestly, if he hits me again, that's even better. He does hit me again, dude. This is... Oh my god. We're going to have plus 4 speed, plus 3 attack. Our defense sucks. So if we are hit by a priority attack, we could get smoked. But honestly, I think we're in a really good spot here. I'm just going to Bitterblade a second time. This should be a kill. I don't think this thing gets Sucker Punch. If this thing gets Sucker Punch, then we're cooked. I don't think he gets it, though. I don't think this has... This thing might get... Oh, shit. This might get Aqua Jet. I don't think Aqua Jet would kill, though, even at -2 behind Reflect. I don't think he brought Aqua Jet last time. Unless this thing has Sucker Punch, I think we're golden. He's thinking long and hard about this, so I think he's determining whether he wants to switch out, which tells me I don't think he has anything to kill here. Because he's thinking what to switch in. Dude, if we live this turn, I think we are on and rolling. We could legitimately just, like, go sweep from turn 1. That is legitimately possible, because I don't think he has a lot of priority on his team. He does have Aqua Jet. Please don't kill. Oh, it's only 70, dude. Oh, this is why we put all this bulk into turn bar. So now we're -3 defense, but we are plus 6 speed, plus 3 attack. So there's nothing on God's green earth that can outspeed us. We are so ridiculously fast right now, and we're plus 3 attack. We are going to one-shot most things. Oh my god, dude, I'm so glad I made this the lead. I literally woke up this morning and was like, we're doing Ceruledge. Dear God. Oh, I'm so glad I made this call. What the hell is he going to bring in? I don't know. So he's got to bring in something that Bitterblade doesn't kill. Which I need to calc Conkeldurr. I know it won't kill Swampert. Maybe kills Conkeldurr, but I'm not sure. But I don't know, man. He doesn't know what the hell to switch in. He doesn't know what to switch in. This is tough. I don't think Bitterblade kills Dragapult because he resists. Anything that resists Bitterblade probably lives. Moist Bagel is Swampert. I remember that from last time. So I don't think this thing has any prio either and wouldn't kill. We have to Poltergeist here because Bitterblade won't kill in one shot. And this thing can kill us with Earthquake now that we're minus this defense. Please land. It's 90% accurate. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Oh my god, this is an amazing start, dude. 2-0. Oh, Turambar, what a beast. Coming through. He was the regular season MVP. He was 8 kills, 2 deaths, I think. Maybe it was 3 deaths. I brought him like 4 or 5 games. He was the only one that was on the like MVP list throughout the season, which was cool because I've only played 5 games. But I can't worry about that right now. Okay. So he has 4 mons left. So he has Conkeldurr, he has Dragapult, he has Jirachi, and Rotom. So Rotom we kill in 1 hit with Bitterblade. Conkeldurr, I don't know. I need to look up. I really need to look that up. Dragapult, I'm sure we don't. But Jirachi, we would. So we have 2 mons that we have guaranteed kill with a Bitterblade, which means legitimately, I know Poltergeist will kill anybody. We need to hit 2... Worst case scenario is we need to hit 2 90% accurate moves to win this game. So I think that's a 81% chance that we 6-0 sweep right now. I think he has a 19% chance to not get 6-0'd unless there's something that I'm not accounting for. I think Dragapult might get Sucker Punch, to be fair. With our defense down, we might die to that, but we have to Poltergeist here. He does not have Sucker Punch. Tell me it lands. Let's go, dude. Oh, and it was Choice Scarf. Oh my god. That's actually crazy because that means all these speed boosts mattered. Oh my god. Dude. Hold up, I have a Discord message. Oh my god, Brett just messaged me GG in the Discord. I don't know if it's actually over. I think there's a good chance it could be over. But I need to calc this Conkeldurr. Oh man, I think we have to hit another Poltergeist. So from what I'm seeing on this Conkeldurr, unless he literally does not have a single point in bulk, Bitterblade will not kill. Which is crazy at +3. But Bitterblade kills the other 2, Rotom and the Jirachi. So we need to click Poltergeist here, I think. I could... Here's the thing. I'm clicking it. Please land. Please land. Oh, man, that sucks. He's gonna kill us with a knockoff. Damn, dude. We were this close to 6-0 sweeping from the jump. We had a 90% accurate move and we missed. Oh, that sucks. All right, we're still in a really good spot. We're up 5-3. Oh, man. I'm like coming down from the high of thinking that I was going to 6-0 sweep, though. Literally, we just needed to hit that poltergeist and it was game over. Oh, man. He messaged me again. I think he's confused as to why I went for poltergeist. But Brett, if you're watching this in the future, I clicked it because Bitterblade does not kill. It does at max like 98%. So let's go some smarty here. He could have Thunder Punch. He didn't bring it last time. But ultimately, I don't think it matters too much. We just need to get the rain out because Golduck and our Chaladon should be able to carry in even a 4v3 in the rain. I think I knock off here because if he is Assault Vest, that's the only thing that's going to keep him alive from my Golduck in the rain. So I want to hit the knockoff here. And if he switches something else in, like Rotom, it could potentially lose his Choice Scarf. That could be a big thing if it is Choice Scarfed again, which we don't know. So he does switch it out, so that's unfortunate. Jirachi comes in. So what does it get knocked off? Oh, okay. That's a Dark Resist Berry. That's the... what is that thing called? Colbur Berry, yep. Interesting that he ran Colbur Berry on Jirachi, but now I don't know how... The problem is, I don't know how bulky this thing is. If it's, like, really bulky, I know Golduck doesn't one-shot. We have 7 turns of rain and 1 Toxic Spike. Okay. 7 turns. Now, how do I want to play this? I need to just make sure some Smarty stays alive, but I don't think there's anything Jirachi could kill us in 1 hit with. So I think I Weather Ball freely to just do damage, to put it in range to guarantee that Golduck one-shots, even if it is bulky. Goes for Thunder Wave. Please no Parahacks. Please no Parahacks. Let's go. Weather Ball. Should do a decent chunk, I think. That's actually probably a fairly bulky Jirachi, to be honest. But I think we just U-turn now, because we have this thing chipped. I'm tempted to Weather Ball again, but if this thing like sets up in front of us or something, I don't know what setup moves it gets, but I'm afraid that it's going to do that. I think I need to get this thing out with a U-turn. We're going to be slower, obviously. So it U-turns also, so this is the perfect play. Please tell me we don't get full parried. If we get full parried, this is going to suck. But if we don't, this is perfect, because we get to switch into who we want. So if he does go... he goes Deep Freezer. Perfect. So now we can go into Golduck as long as we don't get fully parried. Yes, let's go, dude. Some Smarty coming in clutch. 2 turns in a row, no para. That is amazing. This is the opposite of when I played Brett last time. I apologize. I parried him and he got Parahacks a ton. But now we just go Surf Taco here. Even if this thing is Choice Scarf, we're going to be faster and we one-shot it. Maybe if it's Assault Vest, it lives. But I think it's worth finding out because it would be at barely any health. And honestly, at that point... If it's low on health, Miraxis just wins. So I think we go Surf Taco here no matter what, and we just Terra Water and click Surf. Because the worst case scenario on this play, worst case, is he's Assault Vest, he lives the hit, and then he kills us back with like a Thunderbolt or a Discharge or something. And then we literally just go in DD with Miraxis, and Miraxis wins. So I think this is the play. We just Terra Water and we click Surf here. And this should be a kill. And if he switches into Conkeldurr, even if it's AV, we 2-hit KO. We won't die to a Mach Punch at this range, I don't think. We have 0 bulk, but I don't think so. I'm like so into this right now. So like I know we're at a huge advantage right now. I just want to make sure to not throw this game. We had such an incredible lead to start this game. I just want to make sure not to toss this. So he does not switch. So this thing should be dead unless it's AV. It's gone. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Surf Taco gets a kill. We're now in a 5v2 advantage. Oh my god, we are this close to making the finals right now. This is insane. I did not expect... Guys, I didn't even know if I was going to make the playoffs. I am this close to making finals right now. This is incredible. Okay, I need to focus the F up, though. I can't... I need to not worry about that, because I could still lose this game. I could still throw this. Okay. So the last time I fought him, he was AV. The fact that he's not burnt, not Flame Orb, tells me he's probably not Guts, which means, again, he's probably Assault Vest, Iron Fist. It's probably a very similar set to last time. He didn't Thunder Punch into the Pelipper, which means Pelipper's probably a safe option, but Rain's already out there, so I don't want that. So I think I just go Numero here, because I can threaten it with a Psyshock. I could also set up Reflect. And if I Reflect, then I'm in a really good spot against this thing. I don't know if Jirachi's a special attacker or physical attacker. We've only seen Thunder Wave U-turn. But I think the Reflect is just massive against this Conkeldurr. And honestly, Psyshock would not be affected by the Assault Vest and would put us in range for the Golduck no matter what, too. So I think this is the play. It could kill us with a knockoff or something. Goes for Drain Punch. That is so much damage. Oh my god, this thing is such a beast. We do get the Toxic Poisoning, so we get really chunked here, but the main thing is the Psychic Terrain is out. I think a Reflect here is a decent play. We might not live with the Poison also, but I don't want to hurt him and just have him heal it all back with a Drain Punch is the thing. So Reflect feels like the play, and he switches. Okay. So he switches, interestingly enough. So he was afraid of maybe like a Choice Specs and DD or something. So Reflect is up, which is massive. We're going to mitigate a lot of damage on the other side. He can't para us because we're poisoned. Honestly, that's kind of nice. I think I just click Healing Wish now. Psyshock will literally do like no damage to this thing. I could skill swap, but I hate to lose this thing, but honestly, it did its job. The Psychic Terrain is here. I think I Healing Wish, but who do I Healing Wish into? Surf Taco doesn't make a lot of sense because I could cleanse the poison, and then I think he just gets re-poisoned. I'm just going to Healing Wish for now. He goes for Thunder Wave. So did he predict a switch, or did he just forget I was poisoned? He was probably predicting a switch. I don't think he just forgot. So Healing Wish comes off. So the nice thing about this is something people don't realize is that if I go into a fully healthy Pokemon here, the Healing Wish basically gets saved for later, which means into Jirachi, I think I go MRDC every time because I still have Pelipper. And if I run out of Rain turns, which I think I only have a couple left, maybe one left, I think this is the smarter option because if I think this is the last turn. So Electro Shot should give us a special attack boost. I don't even think we kill from here. Based on how much Weather Ball did, we're probably going to like just barely not kill. Although we have like 200 special attack investment. Maybe we kill from here. We'll see. We still don't kill. This Jirachi is quite bulky. U-turn hits, give us a +1 defense boost, which actually could be huge, actually. Because now, maybe we don't live a close combat, but we for sure live a Drain Punch from this thing. Because he's going to switch into Conkeldurr. That's the only Pokemon he can switch into. This game should be ours. It should be sealed. I just want to make sure to close this out right. Yeah, the rain stops. So now, I think because we're +1, we fire off a Draco Meteor. The Jirachi is no problem. This thing is the only problem. It's just getting around this because I don't think I have one-shot with Golduck. I think I'm just going to launch a +1 Draco Meteor and see what he clicks. If he clicks Drain Punch and heals it all back, it is what it is. It's not really any different than the situation I'm in right now. And I can always just go into Pelipper, but maybe he overpredicts here and goes for a knockoff or something. That is a lot of damage. I don't think we kill with another one. Drain Punch. That does not do a lot, though. With the +1 defense boost and the Reflect, that's huge. And now I think I go into Pelipper. Actually, maybe I could fire off another Draco because we're +2 and we have one more turn of Reflect. No, I'm swapping. I'm swapping. This is the right play. We did our chunk. If he Drain Punches, he's going to heal basically nothing back from this Pelipper. And we can... I think now... We just Weather Ball until Pelipper dies. Because we have 8 turns right now. We have 8 turns, which is a ton. So he goes for Drain Punch. And we beat this thing. I don't think he has Thunder Punch. I think he would have showed that earlier if he had it. We don't need to switch into Surf Taco. As much as I would like to have him be the sweeper here, I think we knock off to get rid of the AV if there is one, which he switches out again. So knockoff's not going to do anything to Jirachi, but we could just Weather Ball next turn. We can just Weather Ball next turn. Oh, it does kill. Sweet. I actually didn't know if that would kill because it didn't have an item anymore. Let's go. So I'm Smarty the Pelipper claiming lives out here. There's one Pokemon left standing in between me and the finals right now. I can't believe I'm saying that. And I think Pelipper literally wins against it. Do I even need to knock off? I think I just click Weather Ball. It should still do a decent amount. Knockoff does about 100. We lose the Dambrog, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done, and we already have 8 turns of rain. There's no way that he can stall out the rain turns. That does so much damage. Drain Punch is now going to heal him back. I don't even need to go into Surf Tackle. Some smarty's going to do the carrying right now. This Weather Ball should seal it right here. This should be the end of it. Unless he Thunder Punches, and then I'll go into Surf Tackle and claim the game. But this should be all over, guys. Poison Jab. I don't think that kills. 80 damage. Oh my god. Let's effing go, dude. Holy shit. This is so cool. We are making the finals of PUDL Master Ball Division. I am really damn happy. This is awesome. Shout out to Brett, dude. He's an awesome guy. I know he was probably pretty sad or pretty tilted about the start of this game, but holy shit. I think that was another 4-0. I think every single playoff battle I've won 4-0, which is crazy. I know I beat Mr. Mag and Kaz 4-0, and I think this was a 4-0 also. So in the playoffs, we are 3-0 with a plus 12 differential. I wish I'd played this well in the regular season, but gosh, goddamn, this is awesome, dude. Everybody who's been watching up to this point and supporting, I really, really appreciate it. I know this is different than the content that you're normally used to me putting out, but I'd be lying if I said this hasn't been fun as hell. It's been a blast, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. We're making the finals. We're making the finals. And I think we are going up against Darude, actually. I think Darude beat Finley, which is crazy enough. For you guys that don't know, actually, I should just go ahead and show the bracket. All right, guys, so I have pulled up the official playoff bracket. This is hot and fresh. It doesn't even have our game results in here yet. But Darude is awaiting us in the grand finals of this league, which is really, really cool to see because for you guys that don't know, I'm becoming a little bit familiar with the history of this league. This is Season 3 of the PUDL. In the Season 1 and Season 2, the grand finals was Finley versus Darude, and Finley won both of those, Season 1 and Season 2. Finley legitimately, up to this week, had only lost 1 match in 3 seasons, which is insane. That's how good of a player he is, and Darude beat him. So hats off to him, pulling off the upset. I think that's even a bigger upset than me winning versus Brett, but Darude is making his 3rd straight finals. And so I'm going to have to beat somebody who's made the finals 3 times in order to claim the whole thing. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, guys, but up to this point, it's been a hell of a lot of fun. Shout out to Kaz, the leader of the league, who's been just absolutely awesome. Really, really awesome commissioner. And thank you for letting me join. Shout out to all the opponents that I played throughout the season, and especially to Brett. I'm thankful that we got our rematch and got to go 2 battles against each other. He's a really, really cool guy. We were chatting a little bit in the Discord, and just super, super awesome to see him do this well. Like I said, he is a really great battler. I'm glad that I can put in some work with the Turambar lead this week. Unfortunately, I never actually got to bring out the Iron Crown. That was my whole win strategy, my win con, but we actually didn't need it this week. So, man, I feel very fortunate, very blessed to be in this spot to be able to make the grand finals, and I'm hoping for all you guys that I can put on a show next week. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Darude and I are going to be putting our best foot forward, and best of luck to him in the grand finals. So thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and have a wonderful day.